Namaskar to all of you, and I hope you're enjoying Diwali as I'm enjoying. Are you enjoying it? Yes. That's it. That's what we want to hear. Now, first of all, on behalf of Celebrate India, let me acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and say my namaskar in my traditional way to the elders of the past and present. Now, welcome our special guest, representing the Premier, Honorable Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Honorable Ross Spence, Leader of Opposition, Honorable Matthew Guy, former Premier of Victoria, Honorable Ted Bellew, Honorable Minister for Women Affairs, Honorable Natalie Hutchins, representing the Lord Mayor of City of Melbourne, Councillor Nicholas Rees, Consul General of India, Dr. Sushil Kumar and Mrs. Kumar, Head of Chancery, Mr. Girish Kavya and Mrs. Kavya, Council Anuradha ji and Shiv Kumar ji, Chair of Victorian Multicultural Commission, Vic Nguyen, representing the Chief Commissioner of Police, Inspector Gary Best. Andrew Kipps was supposed to be here, I don't see him, but I can see our old friend, Mr. Chin Tan, Race Discrimination Commissioner, and Hakan Ekrol. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, आप सभी को सेलिब्रेट इंडिया की तरफ से ढेरों शुभकामनाएं दिवाली के लिए. And what an amazing feeling it is to finally celebrate Diwali in person after 2 very long years of being in pandemic. And what a painful pandemic it was. If pandemic has taught us anything, in one word I can say that I feel that it's time to appreciate our close ones, our family people now, not later. That's the only thing I feel I've learned from it, and I'm sure you must have learned the same thing. But before I move on to Diwali and talk about it, I would also like to say our special prayers and thoughts are with the people in Victoria who's experiencing this massive floods which recently occurred there. And we wish to do something after Diwali for them. Whatever way we can help, we'll like to do this. Now let's talk about Diwali. Diwali is short of Deepavali, as many of you time to time ask. And in Sanskrit, Deepavali means row of lamps. Many of you know that. It's very simple. And I think the message of Diwali you must have heard, like Minister Ross Spence was saying that this is her 10th Diwali she's attending. I'm sure everybody must have heard this message of victory of light over darkness. But what's important here to understand the depth of this message. The depth takes you in the Vedic times when it was explained that the significance of darkness and light, which was far more deeper. What light represents is wisdom, the knowledge, and hope. And the darkness refers to intolerance and lack of understanding of people. And if you merge those two things, then you'll understand the depth of this message. Victory of light over darkness means a lot. And I think this is my personal opinion that if we accept this and live on this message, our world will be a better place to live. Thank you. It is a very meaningful message if you really follow that. Now, talk about this Diwali, which started 5 days ago. We started the launch on Yara, and it was same sort of weather under a lot of challenges. Over the last few days, we had a lot of promotional activities in the city. We had a marvelous Diwali concert in the Edge, and there's an exhibition going on which is going to continue till 8 o'clock today. So if you haven't seen it, please go there and watch those community participation. Beautiful photographs sent by the community. They are representing, showing the colors of India from people who've traveled and visited there. And it's beautiful to see what they've done. You all know about it and probably heard it, why we're celebrating Pink Diwali. because every year we try to make an effort and bring something which is related to welfare of our community and is affecting our community at large. This year, we are trying to make everybody aware and raise some funds for National Breast Cancer Foundation because they're doing a great job in trying to do research and find the cure for it. And if you get a chance, please do visit the pavilion if you haven't done so. And you'll be able to write some wishes for your loved ones. Please do that. You'll enjoy that. It was amazing to see the support from the community, from our sponsors as well at large. Our sponsors, I'll tell you in a minute, but the community, you might have noticed that every artist who came here, they were all wearing a shade of pink. Even so many members of our community are wearing something pink. And that's just to support the cause, what we're talking about. Our sponsors, they have helped us more ways than one. So many of them came with new drives. They had special sales, and whatever contribution came from there, they're contributing towards this fundraising which we're doing. One particular group I want to acknowledge, I mean, there's a lot of work done by Renewed Company, Qantas, Nature's Work, and a lot of other people doing it. But I want to mention one group, which is Gora Travel. They raised and contributing $5,500 just for this cause. And I think we're going to have a big contribution from the community by the end of this night. We know about the Indian culture. And if you don't know, let me tell you, we try to present the amazing colors of Indian culture today through our program. If you haven't seen enough of it, please watch some more amazing items coming. But what's important to understand, and which I want to share with you some secret there, to create this 9 hours non-stop program, these people have been working for 4 months tirelessly to create this thing. Over 200 artists are participating in this program. And it's been managed by a very small group of amazingly dedicated, very passionate group of people of Celebrate India. Like, these people keep talking about me, but reality is they're the one who's making it possible. They work so hard to make this event possible because they work for entire 4 months without saying one oath. And I'd like you, all of you, to join me and give them a big round of applause to these people. I'm very proud and privileged to have them, and I really feel them, they're part of my family because it's been my 17th year being as a festival director, but at the same time, getting to know these young ones growing up and doing what a wonderful job, and they're going to be great leaders in future. If not in this organization, but I'm sure wherever they go, they'll be doing amazing work. None of these things can be possible without the support of some of our sponsors, and I'd like to mention few of them. The one which I'll start with is, of course, the Victorian government. What we are really honored to have the support from both sides of Parliament, and really thank you for the support coming from both sides, and appreciate thoroughly, because without your support, there's no way we could go on. And I hope this support continues to grow, and we can do some better things and more amazing things here. Whatever you've seen today is nothing. City of Melbourne, they've been supporter for a long, long time. In fact, the first year they joined us, and they had no idea what Diwali is all about. From that time onwards, they haven't backed off. Really, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. The Government of India, although they are the host, just like me, but I really want to thank them because they have helped us over the years so many different ways, and they're there with lots of advice, sometimes bringing the artists from overseas. They're there for everything. Whenever we need something, they're there. So really appreciate that. Please give them a big round of applause. There are many others. You'll be hearing about them a bit later. But another special group which I want to acknowledge here, and I want everybody to support me in applauding them, is you guys, because you people give us huge amount of energy Every year you come in big numbers, rain, hail, or shine, it's you which makes it possible. Thank you very much. Now, I have, like I mentioned before, I don't want to hold you for too long because you're going to hear some others, more important people. But I want to share something because it is my 17th year, and I've really had amazing honor of leading this amazing group of people. I can't say enough about them. But after 17th year, I feel it's time for me to step back. So this is going to be my last year as a festival director. And these people, these young people, are going to take over, and I want to be there supporting them from back. So please trust me and give them as much love as you've given to me in the same way, and really appreciate your support there. So please do that. My journey of 17 years could not have been possible without support of so many people. I can see Ted Bellew, the time he has come and supported and said so many other things to me to encourage me to keep going. I remember the previous VMC chairman at the time, George Lakakis. I can never forget those people. They were just there and listened to the ideas and said, go for it. And same thing, John Saw, Lord Mayor John Saw of City of Melbourne. They are etched in my heart in a special way because they were there all the time supporting. And similarly, there's few other current leaders who played a big role in giving a backup, like a premier, who asked me at one stage, what is enough? How to keep it growing? And these sort of questions means a lot. So I really thank you all the support I've received. Briefly on my personal level, I want to share something which I never shared before. There's one more guy who's been all the time, from the time we started this organization, and he really was there standing by, apart from Dr. Rao, some of you might remember that, but that's Virendra Barera, who was not only my very good friend, but same time, he stood by and supported everything we did. He's not here today, but I really want to acknowledge that because he played a big role in making this happen for all of us. And it'll be really sad and silly of me not to mention another person who you might have heard, but I want to say that from my side, it's my wife, Jaya Sharma. I don't know where she's hiding. Every time we tried something, she was there. Every time we thought of some new idea, she had something better to say that and to make it happen. She's the one right behind me. She's the one right next to me. She's done everything possible. I get the credit. Really, it's her and my kids. They stood by me all the time. They even postponed their weddings. They even postponed their trips. Everything because it's Diwali. So I really thank you all very much. Appreciate that, whatever you've done for the festival. Again, my team, which is going to take lead and take this further, probably go even more heights, take it wherever you can. I really trust them. Please support them. Thank you very much. Happy Diwali to you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle. And if you think you're going anywhere, leaving us, that's not going to happen. That's absolutely not going to happen. We need your guidance. We need your blessing always. This Diwali wouldn't have been in its 17th year at this scale without you and, of course, Jaya Auntie as well. So the two of you are the backbone and the roots for this organization and this Diwali. Please, a huge round of applause for them. They're the number one reason this Diwali has been made possible. I would now like to invite, representing the Premier, Honorable Ross Spence, Minister of Multicultural Affairs, to say a few words.
Thank you. And can I please begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land that we're meeting on tonight, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and any First Nations people that might be joining us today. Namaste, everyone, and happy Diwali. Can I also acknowledge Sushil Kumar, the Consul General of India, Viv Nguyen, the Chair of the VMC, the Leader of the Opposition, Matthew Guy, the Minister for Education, Natalie Hutchins, the Deputy Mayor of Melbourne, Nicholas Rees, all other parliamentary colleagues, past and present, that are here, council colleagues that may be here as well, all distinguished guests and friends. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you tonight to celebrate Diwali. Despite the weather, it's still a terrific night to be out here and celebrating such a very, very special occasion. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge that the past weeks have been incredibly challenging for so many people across our state who are dealing with the terrible flooding that has been taking place. And for many of these people, those impacts continue. So the state Labor government is committed to supporting impacted communities in their recovery. If you or someone you know is experiencing flood damage, I extend my deepest sympathy, and I do ask that you reach out and ask for any help that might be needed. So back to Diwali, and as I said, I am so very pleased to be able to join with you to celebrate the Victorian Festival of Diwali, and it is absolutely terrific to see this festival back here at Federation Square after 2 years of virtual celebrations. And this is such a significant and special event, celebrating togetherness and hope, and promoting two very important aspects of being basically a good human being: compassion and humility. It's a celebration that all Victorians can relate to, no matter what our backgrounds are or where we might have come from. It's a time to reflect on values such as harmony, tolerance and respect, and these are universal values that can, should and usually do unite us all. I'm really proud to live in Victoria, where Diwali is not only celebrated by some groups and communities, but it's embraced and it's celebrated for people right across our state. And that's demonstrated by the absolute thousands of guests that have come and participated in the celebration here today. This Victorian Festival of Diwali really provides an opportunity to learn more about the Hindu, Jain and Sikh cultures and the many other diverse cultures that celebrate. And I know that this is something that Aaron and the team, the founders of Celebrate India, were hoping when they first initiated this event, and for all of the Diwali festivals that they have been able to undertake. And for giving us this pink Diwali in support of National Breast Cancer Foundation, can I say thank you? What a terrific initiative. I would say most of us know someone that's been touched by cancer, and for many of us that is breast cancer. This is an incredibly important cause, and I thank you so much for thinking about the betterment of our community when you do organise these events. I also know that the event wouldn't be possible without the passionate and dedicated team of volunteers that make up Celebrate India. So to all of you, I give a heartfelt thank you for your time, for your commitment, for your energy in delivering this truly incredible event. Thank you so very much. Thank you also to the sponsors that also make this possible. Incredibly important, and thank you also for making this an incredible event. So on behalf of the State Labor Government, I would like to wish everyone a very, very happy Diwali. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much, Honourable Ross Spence. I would now like to invite Deputy Lord Mayor of City of Melbourne, Councillor Nicholas Rees, to say a few words.
Thank you very much. So good to see you all. Can I begin by saying, in the language of the Wurundjeri, Wominjinka, Marambik Burundap, Wurundjeri Willam U, Liwik U Kulin, Yalimbu Ba Yiramboy. I respectfully acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we govern, the Wurundjeri Wurrung peoples, and pay respect to their elders past, present and emerging. Can I also acknowledge the wonderful Multicultural Affairs Minister, Ros Spence, the Leader of the Opposition, Matthew Guy, Sushil Kumar, who's doing a great job as the Consul General here in Melbourne, former Premier and great champion of the Indian community here in Melbourne, Ted Baillieu, to my good friend Natalie Hutchins, who's here as well, my councillor colleagues who I believe are here, Rashina Campbell and Jamal Hakim, and of course Arun and Jaya Sharma, who are so much the glue that brings this wonderful day together. Can I also do a very special shout out to my dear friend Deepa Gupta, who I cannot help but smile and feel good about life whenever I see Deepa. And most importantly, can I say a big welcome to all of you today. It may be damp in the air, but our spirits are warm with the spirit of Diwali. This superb celebration has grown every year, and now in its 17th year, after 2 years of us not being able to celebrate fulsomely, we are back and making the absolute most of it. And in the great spirit of this multicultural city, this festival is now something that is celebrated by the Indian community, but in fact celebrated by all Melburnians. And this has become a truly much-loved event for the whole of Melbourne. The time-honoured traditions, the sharing of culture, stories, the festival. This is the festival that brings light into so many of our lives. Can I please say a huge thank you to the Celebrate India team. It's indeed a week of festivities that they oversee, from the photography exhibition, to the artwork, to the music, to the dance, to the singing. It is days and days of celebrating, and the City of Melbourne is very, very grateful to you for bringing that upon us. And hasn't it been an absolutely wonderful week for Indians everywhere this week? First of all, we have the Diwali festival. Then we have Rishi Sunak becoming the first Hindu Prime Minister of Britain. And then if it couldn't get any better, India beats Pakistan in the greatest T20 game that has ever been played. And it happened right here in Melbourne, didn't it? And as a very wise person and I were reflecting this week, I really think that India-Pakistan game, that was a watershed moment for Melbourne. And let me tell you why. First of all, we had close to 100,000 people making more noise than I think has ever been made before at the MCG, watching one of the most thrilling games of cricket anybody has ever beheld. But the truth is, it was more than just a cricket game. Wasn't it so wonderful to see all those people in their royal blue jerseys and people in the green jerseys embracing each other, getting photographs together, everybody there in this beautiful multicultural city celebrating cricket, and what a game it was. It was also, I think, the moment when all Melburnians, not just Indian Melburnians, not just people who live here in the central city, but all Melburnians realised that Melbourne is one of the great Indian cities of the world. And so that's why we must now have a test match. India versus Pakistan here at the MCG, 5 days. We can play the game here safely. Millions, if not billions of people around the world will tune in, because this is a wonderful, harmonious, multicultural city where India and Pakistan can play cricket and we all celebrate and we are all happy. And can I just finish on the final note on cricket and say, go India tonight against Sri Lanka as well. All the way to the final, indeed. So, as you celebrate the Victorian Festival of Diwali in Melbourne, now in its 17th year, once again, I just want to do a big shout out to Arun and Jaya for their amazing efforts. They have been such great champions for the Indian community, such great champions of Melbourne. And on behalf of the City of Melbourne, I want to congratulate you all. We at the city are so proud to support this festival. Have a very fine Diwali. Good luck. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you very much.
Can I just hold you for a second? Now, just an idea which came, I'm sorry I'm breaking the protocol here for a second, but only 1 second, because I know our former premier said something too in the launch, and you just touched the same thing and I forgot to mention that. If MCG was any indication, and this is under all the difficult circumstances, this is another indication. Or rather we should say, we propose, I'm sure you'll join me, to the Victorian government to consider a holiday for Diwali from next year or whenever you can as quickly. How about that? You'll join me there?
I very much support that idea. Unfortunately, as a local councillor, I don't decide public holidays
I understand. At
in
least
Victoria.
At least
But
we
it will
make
be a holiday here in the city of Melbourne.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Councillor Nicholas Rees. Now, may I please invite on stage the Leader of the Opposition, Honourable Matthew Guy.
Can I also begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, their elders past, present and emerging. Namaste, happy Diwali. As many people tonight are looking out as it was when I was at the MCG, Councillor Rees, and saw 90,000 people heading down. Wasn't Coley's efforts fantastic? Can I acknowledge the Minister Ros Spence who is here, Minister Hutchins as well. Can I thank Celebrate India for the job you do and for everyone for coming along tonight. Former Premier Ted Baillieu is such an outstanding supporter of our relationship with India. My parliamentary colleague Neil Angus, the Consul General, who had a very good night the other night at the cricket, and why wouldn't he? To Viv Nguyen, Chin Tan, Councillor Rees, to all of you ladies and gentlemen, what a magnificent display of multiculturalism here in Melbourne, the world's greatest multicultural city. Celebrating Diwali like we are tonight, despite the rain, knowing that all of us are part of what is, as Councillor Rees said, one of now the world's great Indian cities as well. And so we should be. I'm sure after this, Ros and I will talk about whoever wins the election, maybe that public holiday will have to happen. It's nothing like a bit of crowd pressure for the minister and an opposition leader to focus us. The Indian community in this state is doing outstanding work, doing a great job, leading the way in tolerance, in peace, in multiculturalism, in understanding. And can I just again congratulate everyone for putting on this magnificent effort tonight. But what makes a city is not the weather. What makes a city is people. And so I say to all of you, we need more of you. We need your family from India to come to Melbourne, to live in Victoria. This is your home, this is their home. We want more people in our city. And we want more people to experience what is this magical multicultural city of ours. So to all of you tonight, I'm not going to keep you long, I can see the rain coming. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy this outstanding festival in one of the world's greatest Indian cities. Happy Diwali.
Thank you so much, Honourable Matthew Guy. Now, last but not the least, the Consul General of India in Melbourne, Dr. Sushil Kumar, would like to invite you on stage, please.
नमस्कार और आप सबों को दीपावली की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। मैं विश्वास के साथ कह सकता हूं कि इस बरसात में हमारी जो भारतीय यहाँ डायस्पोरा है, ये मेलबर्न में ही इस तरह की दिवाली दिख सकती है। So good evening everyone. I would like to begin with acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we have gathered here today and pay my respect to their past, present and emerging. I would like to also acknowledge the presence of Honorable Ross Spence, Minister of Multicultural Affairs, representing the Premier of Victoria, former Premier Honorable Ted Baillieu, Honorable Natalie Hutchins, Minister of Education and Women, Honorable Matthew Guy, Leader of Opposition, Honorable Neil Angus, Member of Parliament, Honorable Councillor Nicholas Rees, representing Lord Mayor of Melbourne, distinguished guests, leaders of Indian community associations, members of Indian diaspora, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be here this evening, and it is indeed an honor for me to join you all in this rainy season for celebrations of Diwali in Melbourne. This is my first Diwali in Melbourne, which is truly a multicultural city. I would like to commend hard works and efforts of Celebrate India under the leadership of President Dr. Arun Sharma ji, Mrs. Jaya Sharma ji, Virendra Barera and other team members, and convey my sincere thanks to the organizing committee for bringing these wonderful celebrations of this scale, which really requires tremendous efforts and coordination. This year Diwali is special as we are celebrating it post-COVID pandemic during the 75th anniversary of India's independence and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and as my friends said, that the thrilling victory of India on the eve of Diwali in Melbourne. Ladies and gentlemen, India is a land of cultures, festivals, traditions, and languages. Festivals are the indicators of the culture of a country. India is a land of festivals due to diverse population and multiple ethnicity and religions. While our festivals symbolize blessings, happiness, peace, and prosperity, it adds color to the life and make people aware of their emotional connection with the God. Celebrated by more than 1 billion people from a varieties of faiths, Deepavali is one of the most auspicious celebrations for people living in India or elsewhere in the world. Beyond the lights, fireworks, sweets, and fun, Diwali is a celebration that teaches us many things. Diwali reminds us to give and forgive, to rise and shine, to unite and unify, and to prosper and progress. Let this Diwali be a time of enlightenment, joy, prosperity, connectedness, love, caring, peace, and blessing. I have been in Melbourne for 3 months now and attended many socio-cultural events organized by members of Indian diaspora. I am happy that our community in Victoria continues to enrich this place with religious and cultural traditions. It is heartening to know that not only Indian diaspora is so culturally active here, but also the Australian community in Victoria enjoys the Indian culture. People-to-people connect between India and Australia forms the bedrock of India-Australia relationship. I would like to thank the people of the government of the Victoria for their all support to the Indian diaspora in Melbourne. With these words, I would like to thank again the Celebrate India team for organizing this Diwali celebration of this scale, which I am seeing first time in my posting abroad. And I would also like to wish every one of you and your family a very happy Diwali. Thank you. Jai Hind. Long live India-Australia relationship. Thank you.